Azerbaijan. I am RJW commentating today. We have 13 drivers. I think he is out. Ghost has dropped out, so unless he joins in the next 20 odd seconds, I don't think he'll be racing. But yeah, we had 13 drivers today. There is, unfortunately, Big W has decided to not partake in the league anymore, for reasons unbeknown to me. And I have dropped out and I'm commentating now. So that was one Charouz and one Dams. Anyway, it's reverse grid order and Ghost is in control, I think. So we will build up to the lights very soon. 3, 4, 5 red lights here in Baku. And away we go for the feature race in Baku. A good start from Tiggerby from pole. Ghost Recon in his first race in second. Good start from him. And Shape also a good start from him. There is a front wing gone in the background and there's someone backwards. That is Dan. Dan is backwards and in the wall at the exit of turn 1. So unfortunate for him. And he turns around and gets going again. But unfortunate for Dan. No front wing. He will have to pit as Ghost all over the back of Tiggerby. Tiggerby, I know, has never driven these cars before, so it'd be very interesting to see what he does as he maintains the lead. Very difficult circuit to overtake until you get to that very long back straight. Now I will just check position changes. Ibo has made 1 position off the start, overtaking Sarja. Racing at home has made up 4 positions, as has B Morgan. Tiggerby nearly in the wall. This is going to give Ghost a chance, and Tiggerby has let Ghost through. Ghost takes the lead in Baku in the feature race on his debut. Very good start from Ghost. Tiggerby, that little mistake, but it's still going well. There's yellows in sector 2. That is Robert, who I think has been in the wall, and yes, he's missing part of his front wing, so he more than likely hit the wall at the castle section. Very difficult to navigate that section in these cars. Sarja and Ibo going side by side down to turn 16. Yeah, turn 16, and Sarja gets ahead. This part of the track, very difficult to do. You do have to lift through there, as actually V5 is now leading the race. Wow, sorry, I missed that. There's a lot going on as Shape under attack from Sarja. Sarja got the slipstream on Shape. Sarja's going to pull to the inside of the Prema, who will hold that position. He's on the medium compound tyre is Shape as he goes up the inside of his teammate. And nearly, oh, there's a big incident in the background. The championship leader in the wall. That was B Morgan in the wall, as was Ibo, I think. Oh no, I think Ibo has lost a bit of his front wing. I also think B Morgan might have just got away with that. There's more front wing off. That is Velocity, who is round and in the wall. Not great for him, as Dan has actually stayed out with the front wing damage, so he's hoping there's collisions, and there actually has been quite a few collisions as we watch James and the 2 Tridents battling it out. Ibo and racing at home. James will get through there for P8. He has got damage. Ibo has definitely got damage. Racing at home has damage. Does Dake have damage? No, he doesn't. So he got away from that clean. And B Morgan also got away with that with no damage. So, yeah, these guys got very lightly as Tiggerby now. We will change his car for next week. We will give him a car for this week. We haven't. And we will give him points to whatever car he chooses. But he was a very last minute. Well, he joined very last minute, so he hasn't got a car as of yet. But he's 1.8 seconds off the lead. V5 starting to run away with this. So V5 not in Bahrain. He's looking to make up lost ground, and he's doing quite a good job so far. As Dan gets past racing at home into the final point pole position. Up the inside goes Shape. Let's go on board with the Prema as there's contact between Shape and Tiggerby. That as Ghost looks down the inside of his teammate, can't quite get that done. But Morgan in the background there, on the back of Sarja. Sarja a bit laggy, but that's fine. It's not hampering anyone too much really. Oh, that's hampered Sarja. Sarja's in the wall. The lag did hamper Sarja, and Sarja has been put in the wall. Well, kind of, yeah. That's just unfortunate. Ghost did go wide as well. Did lose a bit of his front wing. And actually, Shape's been able to get past Tiggerby because of all of this. So, Shape into P2 on the medium compounder tyres. Whereas the leader of this race, V5, setting those purple lap times on the soft, super soft compounder tyres. Yeah, this guy's doing a good job. Oh, he's doing a very good job so far in the Russian time, and Velocity has retired. Robert is driving at the back. He didn't change his front wing, and he's just lost some more. And Ibo has had another little spin just outside the points. And Sarja is out. I do not. Oh, he's in the wall. He's in the wall. That is lack of downforce in these cars. Without the front wing, you are just going to go into the wall there, and Sarja does. That is the second retirement in a lap. Ibo now in the points. Might decide to pit and risk it on the medium. As we have Ghost and B Morgan, the championship leader, up into 4th after starting from 13th. And Ghost, oh, that's a good save from Ghost. Lost it on the exit of turn 1, but saves it. And let's lose the position to date, but or Daka, but does manage to not be in the wall, which is just a bonus for him, I guess. He just needs to pick up points in this championship after missing Bahrain. He's doing a good job so far. There's a bit of a gap behind him, so there's a battle really for 3rd to 6th, and then it's kind of split out as the two Tridents both come in at the same time. Ibo's been held up massively, and Robert is going to take that final point-paying position off of Ibo here. As we go back, we're going to go back to this battle for P3. Tiggerby, the unknown driver in this league who has not touched the F2 cars at all, still holding on to that P3 position after starting from pole. He's now got a championship leader who we all know is really, really quick in these cars, and B Morgan. Oh, there's front wing damage for Tiggerby. Tiggerby has front wing damage, and B Morgan will go up the inside at turn 16. Tiggerby now has the slipstream and will have the DRS to try and make it back past. Is that loss of downforce going to hamper him too much through these corners to allow Daka behind him to get a run? We'll have to wait and see, as we'll go on board with Tiggerby now. He's going to have the DRS, but I think he's too far back. Oh, V5 has a speeding in the pit lane penalty. Oh no. V5 winning the race, leading the race, and now has a penalty for his troubles as Daka sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Robert has now retired. I'll look out for where that was. But he was in the final point. He was in the points. I think that might be at the cattle section, but I want to watch Daka go side by side with Tiggerby. Tiggerby about to be knocked off the podium, and Daka up the inside to follow it, to try and close in on the championship lead to try and retake the points lead he had after the first race at Bahrain. But he is on a mission. These two both gained 10 positions. Oh wait, no. B Morgan's not the championship leader. Sorry, I've been getting this wrong. I've had a long day and not really paid attention. Dakar is the championship leader. But it is pretty close between the two. I will just check the driver's standing, just to confirm I'm not getting confused. Yes, Dakar is the championship leader, followed by B Morgan. Racing at home, that is the top three. Racing at home currently 9th. And then B Morgan and Dakar currently 2nd and 3rd. 3 points separate them. And at the moment, that gap will be absolutely nothing if it stays as it is. Only 5 laps completed though. Chepelele leading the race has just started lap 6. As Dakar comes into the pits, Tiggerby also going to come into the pits. Dakar just gets it slowed down in time. Tiggerby also gets it slowed down in time. Ghost now into the pits, also gets it slowed down. Brilliantly done. V5, who has a penalty looming over him on those hard compounds to come past, and he's undercut all of them into P3. He is 20 seconds behind Shape. Now, with the gap, the pits, well, no, the pit lane times going in and out of the pits are pretty long in the F2 cars. It's more like 30 seconds, 35 seconds, compared to 20 seconds for the F1 cars. So you could expect to see V5 take the lead of this race, but then try and have to hold on with that 5-second penalty that he probably won't serve. But at the moment, Tiggerby still doing a good job, up in P5 right now, with some still to pit, and James is on a bit of a charge. Dan, who has now got a new front wing, he's in 8th place, so he's not doing a terrible job. He had incidents in Bahrain as well. He's had incidents today, but he needs his luck is not there at the moment, so he's hoping it turns around for Dan. But as we watch V5 come out of the castle section down to the Sector 2 split, and he is just he's got to keep pushing, but not too much, because the tyres, these Pirelli tyres are more like the 2016 variant of tyres, the pre 2017 era tyres, where they go off very easily. As B Morgan now into the pits, V5 should be able to jump him in that number 1 Russian time car. And he does set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix as well. So, fastest lap of the race for V5. That, if you're new to F2, fastest lap is an extra 2 points for each race. So there's a total of 4 points up for fastest lap between the 2 races. If you get both, you get an extra 4 points. Pole position was 4 points, but now we don't have pole position because there is no qualifying. And I will just confirm to you how the points work in the feature race. It is the normal points that we use in F1. So 25 points for a win, 18 for second, 15 for third, 12 for fourth, 10 for fifth, 8 for sixth, 6 for seventh, 4 for eighth, 2 for ninth, and 1 point for 10th, plus 2 for the fastest lap, whoever gets that. In the sprint race, the top 8 get points. 10 points for first, 8 for second, 6 for third, 5 for fourth, 4 for fifth, 3 for sixth, 2 for seventh, and 1 for eighth, plus the fastest lap. Both races are 50% the distance they would be in real life. So I think in real life, this feature race around Baku is 29 laps. We have 15, and oh, there we have a retirement of racing at home, and you can see his car there. He spun out of turn 6. Quite an unusual place to spin actually, but that's unfortunate for him. So 15 laps for the feature race for us. Real life, the sprint race is 22 laps, I think. So 11 laps for us today. There are 12 rounds, 2 races at each round. We've had Bahrain, and this is Baku. Next up is Spain next week, followed by, and then we have Monaco, France, Austria, Silverstone, Hungary, Belgium, Monza, Sochi in Russia, and the finale at Abu Dhabi. As Ghost and Tiggerby are battling it out for 5th place. Ghost was behind Tiggerby. He's trying to slipstream. He's slipstreaming down the straight, but Tiggerby managed to get back past and had the DRS to hold off down the straight. James is right in that battle for P5 as well now. All we're waiting for now really is Shepard to come into the pits to make his one and only pit stop, and then he will be on a charge chasing the guys behind. He should come out in and around B Morgan, I think, when he does pit, as he comes down the pit straight now. He's not going to pit on this lap, but we have another battle brewing on the horizon with P1 and 2 in the championship. P1 chasing down P2 for a spot on the rostrum as it stands. Daka in the Carlin, the number 18 Carlin, his teammate out of the race. B Morgan in the Dams, the number 5 Dams, I think. Should be the number 5 Dams anyway. From what I've got written down, it is. His teammate in the commentary booth. But it is getting rather close with the slipstream now down the straight. Says, look how wide they go through turn 1. They're using all the track there and more to get an advantage on their competitors. Not illegal, obviously, because they weren't completely off, but they were so close to the wall. You thought it's not beneficial, but they got away with it as B Morgan brakes now into turn 3. You see all the front wings there. One of them, Sargers, who retired from the race, is joined by Velocity, Robert, and Racing at Home. Let me just read the chat. I'm going to read the chat because I haven't really been keeping up with the chat. As Ghost goes around the outside of Tiggerby, it's very close to the wall. James had to avoid as well, take avoiding action of okay, the chat was okay. But Ghost, yeah, tried it around the outside, didn't really have room, and Tiggerby holds on to P5. His defensive driving has been pretty good in this race, I will say that. He's not as aggressive as he was, as he has been in the F1 cars this season, but he's doing a very good job so far in his first ever time as with the race leader into the pits with 5 laps to go. Maybe it's more than that, isn't it? Oh, he's going to have 6 laps to chase him down. This lap plus another 5. As V5 will take the lead, but Shape already out of his pit box. He just has to get within 5 seconds of the racing the Russian time. B Morgan now, he's that far behind Shape. Shape's come out 4.5 seconds up the road after a pit stop onto the super soft compound tyres. Obviously, they still use in F2. They still use super soft, medium, hards, those kind of tyres. In Baku, we have super softs and the medium compound tyres, so those are the red wall tyres and the white wall tyres, from similar to what it was in 2016, as I said before. The shape now, he's nearly within that 5-second barrier already, as James has managed to get past Ghost, but Ghost going up the inside of James, E6 here, he can't get the traction out of the corner, and James is holding that position. Ghost doing a lot of attacking here, and he's kind of found a rhythm, I think, in these cars. I see a lot of these guys don't practice, but I feel like a lot of these guys have a lot of fun when they drive these cars. That's what it's meant to be. It is a serious league at the end of the day, but it's just something different. It offers something different, and these guys seem, well, a lot of these guys seem to enjoy it. So long may that continue as as Ghost smacks the wall, and there is front wing damage. Dan, 5 seconds down the road, is pushing to try and get some more points. It's not all over for him yet, and he's doing a very good job so far. So let's see where he can do. Ghost is going to fall back now with that front wing damage. It's going to affect him on left-handers, and unfortunately, as this is an anti-clockwise circuit, we have a lot of high-speed left-handers, especially in that middle sector after the castle, after the incline of the castle. There's a lot of fast left-handers where it's very easy to put it in the wall if you're not quite sure of yourself. But Shape, this is going to be the interesting one, as Dakar has fallen back from B Morgan, but Shape now is on a charge. He's already within that 5 seconds, so as it stands, Shape will win this race. I will just confirm to you penalties. There you go, 5 second penalty for V5. Shape is one warning off a penalty. B Morgan's on one warning. Dakar has none. Tiggerby has one. James has one. Ghost has one. Dan has one. Ibo has two. Racing at Home has a penalty. And then, oh no, Racing at Home is out anyway, so this is interesting. Velocity is retired, but the other ones have DNF'd. So, I mean, it's the same thing, but why be different? Ibo is now a whole lap behind. So I don't know what's happened to Ibo. But he is going to give DRS, I think, to Shape here. Just because of where he is. There's front wing. That was Ibo. Actually, no, it's not going to give him DRS because he had to overtake Ibo. Yeah, Ibo does have the DRS. He had to overtake Ibo. Yeah, Ibo's going to lift. He's not going to try that. He had to overtake Ibo just before the split for the DRS. The DRS detection point. Now, James is pressuring Tiggerby. Tiggerby's done pretty well, I'd say. He is 23 seconds behind the next car, and he's not all that confident. Obviously, as I said many times during the stream, it is his first experience in these cars, like first full race in these cars. So fair play for him for stepping up and joining in. He signed up with about 5 minutes to go before the race started. So fair play to him for stepping up, getting in these cars, and he's going to bring home some decent points as it stands. I just need to add him to the standings. We need to decide what car he's going to be in, and we will decide that after the race. James is a bit far back now to have a crack at Tiggerby, really. This is where it's going to get interesting, because V5, the gap is nearly a second. Now, V5's mission really now is to hold on to at least second place. The gap behind Shape is 9 seconds, and is getting wider. So I think the gap between V5 and B Morgan is about 10 seconds. And he hopefully he should be able to hold that. There are 3 laps after this one. Shape, who didn't race in Bahrain, who we knew, I looked at him and went, he could have some pace in that Prema, in the KFC bargain bucket itself, as I have affectionately called the Prema. He's going to have DRS. He is right up behind V5. DRS opens now. How close can he get? He's within 4 attempts. It's going to be close into turn 1, but I don't know if he's close enough. Is he going to dive it up the inside? He does send one up the inside, and V5 does give him the room, and V5's off the track slightly. Shape is ahead into P1. It was only a matter of time after such a really good opening stint from Shape to get in that position, and he will take P1 as it stands. And he's only going to pull away now. His tyres are much fresher, are actually 3 compounds softer as well. No, 2 compounds softer than what V5 has got. As James and Tiggerby has now lost out to James on the main straight, but Tiggerby's going to have DRS down to turn 3. So we'll watch what Tiggerby can do. If he can be close enough through turn 2, he could get a run down the straight to turn 3. Let's go on board with Tiggerby. He's a bit sideways out of turn 3. I think he's going to be a bit too far back to do anything. And Tiggerby has lost out that P5. He's going to drop down to P6. Oh, as James locks up, but Tiggerby can't do anything about that. And he is now P6, unfortunately for him. Ghost decided to pit again because of that front wing damage. So Ghost is now in P8 as his teammate leads the race. There's yellows in sector 1 and 2. That is Tiggerby and James, both off. I don't know what's happened there, but James was backwards. Tiggerby is in the wall. He's not completely out of this, but he has just lost to P6 at least, and he was in the battle for P5. I don't know what's happened there, but yeah, both him and James have lost some serious points. James has actually come out of that with a full front wing. So James and Dan, this is going to go down to the wire. James has got to try and get back in that P5. He had some serious pace in Bahrain, bringing home a 4th place in the feature race. Obviously in the sprint he retired, unfortunately, but he's doing a very good job for the BWT Arden team, and he's got to try and chase after the other ART in this race. Tiggerby is ART in the race, but he is not full ART because there is already a driver in that number 7 ART Grand Prix car, Cloudy Cloud. But he has a choice of Dams, MP, Arden, and Charouz to pick from. We will give him that choice after the sprint race. His points will go to whatever team he picks. So, as Shape has now pulled a lead of 2.8 seconds. He is on a really good drive here. Is Shape as he comes for the penultimate time. He's going to come down this final for this back straight. 1 lap to go, and we'll wait and see before saying anything. There's not many battles up and down the field as it stands. But Shape has been on fire. Reverse for the sprint race. The grid is the same as it was in finishing order, except the top 8 are reversed. So as it stands, Ghost Recon will start on pole for the sprint race. He started second in the feature. Tiggerby will start second, so they've just swapped around basically. James will start 3rd, Dan will start 4th, Daka, the championship leader, will start. Actually, who will have? I will confirm to you who will have the lead. It will be Daka, as it stands, because of he won the feature race. Morgan won the sprint race. Oh, I messed up the points. I forgot to change the points. Give us a moment. I'm changing the point system because we are using. Actually, no. We'll keep it the same now. We're keeping it the same. We were going to change it to make it slightly more rewarding for the sprint race, but we're going to keep it the same now. Or we might change it after the race. But Shape, here he comes up the back, up the pit straight for the final time, and Shape on debut takes the win for Prema in Baku in the feature race. V5 should take second place, a very good debut for him as well. B Morgan is going to come across the line to take third. Dakar a bit of a way back, is going to take fourth place in this race, and then we have a bit of a gap back to Dan, who is still in the middle sector, about to come onto the straight. He has James behind him. I don't know about penalties. Ibo is finished in 9th place, so Ibo does well. He picks up another 2 points. He's just grinding for that Trident team as it stands. But the top 4 finished, and we wait for the others to cross the line now. As Tiggerby's retired on the final lap, but he will get points. Tiggerby will finish in 8th, as Ibo has already crossed the line, and it is more than 90%. I don't know where he is crashed, but he will get points. I can reaffirm him that. I'm just putting points in for this race, and it will make the championship standings look a little bit more interesting. The top 2 starting to run away a bit further up the road from everyone else, as I didn't quite finish. Yeah, unfortunately, 10th place, who I think was Racing Home, retired a bit too early to get a point. As we have, there we have it, Shape on the top of the podium with the Russian time driver of V5 and P2, and tied at the top of the championship, P3 B Morgan, tied with Dakar for P1. So, as they celebrate the feature race, they have some more work to do in the sprint. Next up, as we have the final race results. There you have it. Shape taking the win. Where did I get to? I got to James. I will go through the championship order after this. That's 8 points. Ghost Recon in 7th takes 6 points. Tiggerby, who I haven't quite calculated in yet, will take 4. But Racing at Home, unfortunately retired. As did Robert, as did Sarge, as did Velocity. So, it should be a front row. Tiggerby on pole again, and Ghost Recon second again. The same front row we had, I think. There we go. Right. I will just add Tiggerby to the championship. I'll put him as no car so far, and he finished in P8, so that's 4 points. As we should have a formation lap, and we do. But yeah, Tiggerby, Ghost, Shape is now P3. Ah, that's not correct. That's not correct. The top two are right. But why is shape... I'm very confused. That's not reversed it right. At all. Shape should be 8. Oh, I know why. It's the same grid. Okay. Okay. I don't know what's going on. The custom grid carried over. We are going to restart. I've given the order to restart. Because I don't think it's fair on some of the people that I don't think it's fair on the people that were 8th and should, well, and the people that are in the top 10 and in the top 8 and are now what 12th, 13th, 10th. They all lost out majorly, so. So we will be restarting. Hopefully, yeah. Some people will get the message. Some people won't. A lot of people haven't. I don't think. Right. I will just keep an eye out for I'll just keep an eye out for an invite to a session. Not a lot of people have got the message so far that we are well, no, a lot of people have, a lot of people haven't. We'll wait a minute though. Who got the fastest lap? You had the fastest lap in the sprint race and the feature race. Question is, can we do a sprint race on its own? I'm really confused by why messy because we changed the format and format worked away okay last week, but it's because we had qualifying. But now that we've done a custom grid, it's not that great. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, there's the invite to the other session. The plan will be that we will have to do the feature race. Everyone needs to retire from that feature race as quickly as possible. I'm just checking who got the fastest lap. It was Shape. Shape did get the fastest lap, so he did get 27 points for that race. So, working... Maths is not my strong point. But he goes to there. He goes to there. Da-da-da. He goes to there. And V5 is there. Right. And now at the back. For some reason it won't let me spectate. Baffling. There we go. It's taking ages. currently have 13 drivers, which is everyone, which is fine. And I have updated the driver standings, so at the top we have a tie for first, but purely on the fact that he's won a feature race and Morgan only won the sprint race. Daka leads the championship by virtue of that over B Morgan on 47 points apiece. Shape instantly jumps into third on 27 points. James is fourth on 20. V5 fifth with 18. Racing at Home has 18 in sixth. Dan is seventh with 16. Myself with 15 just. But that will not be added to, so I should get knocked out soon. Ninth is Velocity with 8. Ibbo also has 8. But Velocity is higher purely because he finished higher up. Cloudy Cloud in 11th with 7. Ghost Recon in 12th with 6. Rob Air also has 6, but finished lower, so in 13th. Tiggerby has 4 points, so 14th. Zoom 15th with 3 points. Sarja 16th with 0. And Big W has 0 as well. And LFC yet to race. Now I just have to update the team standings, which is a little bit more tricky, but I have time to kill, so it's fine. 15. Carlin got 12. Trident picked up 2. ART picked up 10 points. Arden have 8 points. Campos picked up 0. MP picked up 0. Russian Time picked up 18. Kramer 27. I can't read. 33. And Charouz picked up 0. So, as it stands, there, right, so, bam, right, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. Right, so as it stands, team standings, Dams currently lead the way with 62. Carlin has 7 points behind on 55 in second. Kramer jump into third with 33. Trident fourth with 26. ART fifth with 23. Arden sixth with 20. Russian Time seventh with 18. Campos are 8th with 9. MP Motorsport are 9th with 0. And Charouz have also got 0. And we are going. Now, hopefully, everyone knows what to do. So, shouldn't be much confusion. Let's see which of the two comes out on top after this race, the second race in Baku. 13 drivers go at it again. We had 9 drivers. Well, 8 drivers finished the first race. 9 in the points. Don't know how that worked. But Tiggerby retired on the final lap. But still got points because he was, yeah, he'd finished enough of the race. That was very loud.
2017 saw the introduction of the T-wing in an effort to increase downforce. However, rule changes introduced for the 2018 season have banned the use of the controversial wing. Hamilton will be looking to secure yet another championship this season, continuing his dominance of the V6 era.
We wait for everyone to ready up. They will be retiring from the first Grand Prix. So that we can well, they will retire from this. Obviously there is the formation lap to deal with first, as we have everyone spear off into the wall. Sorry, that was rather funny to watch. One of the racing points get hit by what car's Tiggerby in this time around? He's in the racing point this time. Everyone is hitting each other. There are still drivers. Oh, there we go. Everyone's on the grid. They are going to retire. That is the plan anyway. So don't watch any of the driving. This is not representative at all. Next race is rather representative. Someone's going straight on. Someone's carried on. And now they've retired. We have 2 drivers yet to retire. Sarjo's now retired. We have James, who is the only one not to retire yet. And once he retires, we will finish race. Now I'm intrigued to see if they are disqualified. Does that affect where their grid is? I hope not. I really hope it's not, because that could affect it big time. James's win unfortunately does not count. Ignore the points. I mean, no one got fastest lap point, if that's anything to go with, but we should have 11 laps of flat-out racing. There shouldn't be a pit stop unless there is damage. So it is purely who's the best at looking after their tyres, really. Even though it's a sprint, and sprint makes it seem as who is the fastest. Like who is fastest at flat-out pace. You have to manage your tyres so much, and it's going to be interesting. Actually, it's not necessarily who's the fastest lap after lap. It's necessarily who's got the life in the tyres at the end to push more. Who's going to have the more tyre life at the end? As they will ready up. They should all be on the medium compounder tyres for 11 laps. I hope the grid's not been messed up. I hope the disqualifications have not messed the grid up. But we wait and see as everyone starts to ready up. We should be fine. The front row should have a formation lap. So the front row is Tiggerby, who was on pole for the feature race, and Ghost Recon, who was on pole for the sprint race. Oh, Velocity has forgotten his setup. That is a mistake, but there's not much we can do about that one. Do you know what? As we wait here, I'm going to change the rules for the points. I'm going to do what I said I was going to do. And I'm going to change the points, and I will run through the points, hopefully. The points are, when I get to them, first place is 15 points, second is 12, third is 10, fourth is 8, fifth is 6, sixth is 4, seventh is 2, eighth is 1, 2 points for the fastest lap. I'll change those points now. Have it. As everyone files through on their formation laps, Tiggerby, as we said, doesn't have a car. He's in the racing. He's in not the racing point, the Russian time for this race, and we'll start from pole again. He did finish 8th in the feature race, but was on the podium for a large chunk of that, so he's hoping to hold on to that podium this time around, and pit stops won't come into play this time, so he has got a better chance of defending that position and not getting undercut, so he might be very hopeful coming into this race. The race winner down in 8th, Shapalele, in the Prema, and Kramer doing quite well. His teammate in 2nd. James might be a dark horse for this one. He's in 3rd. But the 2 championship rivals, 5th and 6th. Shape is hoping to join them. He's actually 20 points behind now. Obviously, those 2 started from 13th and 12th in the last race, whereas Shape started from 3rd. So that could benefit. And Shape did an alternate strategy, which really benefited. So we'll have to wait and see as they will line up onto the grid. Velocity will be the last one in the Carlin. He's got 8 points in the first race, but struggled in the last 2. He did finish the second race at Bahrain, but didn't get any points, and he retired from the first race here in Baku. So he's hoping for a better one today, as he will line up on the grid. Sarja, no points so far. Has finished both races in Bahrain, but no points, and retired from the first race here. As Velocity does line up on the grid, we'll go on board with Tiggerby as the lights. They're going to start building up now. As yellow flags in sector 3, and we're all good. As we have 3, 4, 5 red lights for the sprint race in Baku. And away we go. The Russian time got a very good start. Dan with a very good start from P4. James round the outside of Ghost into P2. Has there been any instances in the background like the start of the last race? No, there's not. So Tiggerby holds on. Oh, no, he doesn't. Tiggerby's in the wall. Tiggerby in the wall at turn 2. And he's just missed his braking point and he's in the wall. James takes the lead with Ghost and Daka in P3 now. Good start for him. Tiggerby's going to be dropping positions, and that is exactly what you don't want to do at the sprint race. James and Ghost lagging inside of each other, and James will hold on to that position. Dan P4, Shape in P5. The other championship runner, B Morgan, is P12 right now. He's had a horrible start up the inside of Velocity, and he's not going to be able to hold that. He hasn't broken any front wing, but he's had a horrific start. He's done the switchback on Velocity, so he will get P11. But obviously top 8 get points in this race, as Sargent nearly went into the back of V5 there. And the round goes Velocity. Velocity in the wall again. He's not having a great time this season in this championship. But we'll go back to the front, where we have an action between V5 and Racing at Home. V5 getting past Racing at Home there. That's a very ambitious move. As now Sarja trying to get past Racing at Home as well. They stay side by side through there. That's one of the tightest corners on the track. And you see B Morgan in the background. He's going to send one up the inside of Racing at Home, who is pretty high in the championship, so it's still 6th. Now outside the top 10. These three battling for 9th place right now. Sarja, a pretty clean start compared to usual, but there it is. There is front wing damage for Sarja. And he went into the back of Tiggerby, didn't see him. I think he got blindsided by Tiggerby, who has to pit. And Sarja now has front wing damage. I have a commentator's curse and it is back. But yeah, Sarja, end plate damage on that left hand side. He should not, it's not as bad as if it was the right hand side. So, but Tiggerby in the pits. Velocity surely comes into the pits as well. Yes, he does. So we will turn our attentions to Dakar in P3, chasing Ghost in the red. What is it? It's kind of it's red and silver Prema. You have a Prema in 5th place, the race winner from round 1 here, and from race 1 here. Dakar all up behind Ghost, and James is actually pulling away from Ghost. The more James pulls away and the less Dakar can get past, the slower Dakar gets past Ghost, the better it is for James. James has, as I said, he's a dark horse for this race. Oh, and Ghost has hit the wall and that's backed everyone up. Not got damage as Ghost, but it slowed everyone up. And look at Dan. Dan is under pressure. He's putting pressure on Dakar. He's also under pressure himself, who has crashed in the middle sector. That is Ibo. Ibo sideways at the cattle. I know he will carry on because that is the kind of guy Ibo is, and respect to everything Ibo does. I don't know how this man carries on half the time. A shape lined. Oh, he looked at a move at Dan but couldn't quite get it on the brakes. He's now gonna struggle to get a run through here. No DRS on this lap. James has a 1.8 second lead. We need to be looking. These two battles here. Shape all over the back of Dan. He will be close enough to try it. Is Dakar going to be close enough to Ghost? He will be. Round the outside. Who's going to get the move out of these two? On the brakes. Dakar late on the brakes. He's going round the outside. He's off the track and he can't get it done. Dan is behind Shape. Shape got past. He's going up the inside of Dakar now. There's a bit of contact and they should be get away with that. DRS for Dakar now. He has DRS. Down towards turn 3. Look at Dan all over the back of Shape. Can he move up the inside? He's going to go on the brakes up the inside of Shape. But Shape holds it round the outside. They all stay in formation. V5 looking for a move now to the outside of Dan. Not much going there for V5. And he'll have to stay behind, but this has brought him right back into it. James sailing up the road. This is exactly what he needs. And he's not an outside shout to get in this championship. He's doing a very good job so far, James. And B Morgan recovering is P7 right now, so not a terrible recovery so far. Into the pits we've had Robert, Tiggerby, Ibo, and Velocity out of the session. Racing at Home still in this race, but just outside the point. We're going to go with Dakar now. He is right up behind Ghost. Less than 4 tenths the gap between the two of them as he takes a nice line over that curb, straight line that curb. But he's going to have DRS this time around. You just saw how close he was last lap without DRS. This lap with the DRS, he could be even closer. So he needs to get past Ghost to get to James. Look at the run he got through there. He's gaining, he's gaining, he's gaining, he's gaining, he's gaining. So much quicker than Ghost right now. Opens the DRS. He's going to be passed, surely. Ghost is going to cover the inside. Or is he? Dakar goes up the inside. A bold move from Dakar as the two Premas are going to go to battle. Shape round the outside of Dakar. He tried to go round the outside of Dakar, couldn't get anything done. Dan couldn't get run at him, but Dakar has P2, but is vulnerable down the straight. Shape tried it round the outside of both him and his teammate and couldn't get it done. As V5, well now he's a bit too far back, but Dakar clear into P2 now, and that is what he needs to try and extend this championship lead with his championship rival down in P7. the two of them had it fairly their way so far in this championship, but this one's going differently as the Primers go side by side, and Shape's going to have a run on Ghost. Is Ghost going to let him go, or is Ghost going to fight it against his own teammate? It's different to F1. You don't necessarily want to work together. Oh, but Ghost's going to lose out. Is he? No. He gets back past Dan. Dan couldn't get the run. So the Primers have swapped positions, which is, I don't know. Ghost was... But look at the gap now. The gap between James and Daka. Coming down, he's already brought it down by about half a second in a sector. Since he got past at the beginning of the lap, it was about 3 seconds behind. It's nearly 2 seconds already. Look at that gap come down. Shepalele needs to get a charge on, because we know this man right here, number 18, P2, Daka. He is so quick in these cars, and it's going to be hard to catch up to him. If you don't stay in his DRS, you are not going to catch up to him. And Sarja is out. Another retirement for Sarja. Oh, he's lost it on the curb. And Sarja out of yet another race. He's still yet to score points. Unfortunately. It's just... I don't know. Dan has found his... Oh, there's a safety car. Safety car out for the crash that Sarja has had. And that kind of saves B. Morgan a little bit. And also saves the guys at the back of the grid. You hope they're able to catch up into the safety car. Hope they catch up. Ibo is not speeding off. He's sticking to the Delta, obviously. These guys will have to stick to the Delta. But you hope they're able to catch back up to the pack. Now, I have that feeling that Ibo is already a lap down. And actually, Robert's going to take this chance to pit, as is Tiggerby, as is Racing at Home. Racing at Home has put on this super soft compound of tyres and go to the end. Now, if he can catch up to the back of this pack, he's going to be very, very quick at the end. Now, the safety car is somewhere around, yeah, it's at the exit of turn 3. So Racing at Home has just got past. These guys will be able to pit. Ibo will carry on because he's already on that compound of tyres. So these guys that have actually stayed out are going to have a tough time trying to keep the other guys behind. Dan has got a drive-through penalty, which he will have to serve. That is so disappointing for Dan. He was going to get some really good points in this race as it stands, and he's going to be at the back of the field with that drive-through. Oh, that's so unlucky for him. Speeding under the safety car. So unfortunate. Hey ho. He did well. He has shown that he has got the pace to challenge these top guys. He's always in and around there. And Shape's done it as well. What is going on with these drive-through penalties? Shape's got one as well. So Shape and Dan, that's P3 and 4 in the race. Both going to have to... And B. Morgan's got one. Oh no, B. Morgan's got one for a severe collision with V5. Tiggerby's got a speeding in under the safety car. V5... Oh, B. Morgan, there's more front wing gone. V5 is also pit. But Tiggerby's sped into the safety car now. These guys are just going to have to be careful. Because there's about three guys now that are pit. No, that have... Right, luckily B. Morgan's penalty is served in the pits. So he can serve that under the safety car, so that's fine. Now James won't get speeding. Right, they shouldn't get any more speeding under safety car because they shouldn't be under Delta anymore. But this is allowed. Racing at Home, it was nearly a lap down. He's now P6 ahead of V5, ahead of B. Morgan. Tiggerby down the road. Ibo is gonna... Robert's behind Ibo, but these guys are going through the castle section. James getting very dicey with the safety car. But Racing at Home catches up. He'll be the first one to catch up. Tiggerby, I think, is a lap down. No, he's not. Tiggerby is not a lap down. I beg my pardon. I beg my pardon? English. But these guys are going to benefit a lot. Now, they've just got to hope that the safety car doesn't come in this lap. Just got to hope for that, really. So we'll go on board with Dakar. If the safety car comes in now, they're a bit at sea, and it's a bit confusing what they do. It looks like it's staying out, and it's staying out. Tiggerby has spun. Don't know how he's done that. He has not damaged his car, but Ibo has been handed a position into P9. Racing at home, not far off the back of the train now. V5 and B Morgan not far behind him as well, so they should catch up. If Ibo catches up, I'll be very surprised if these three at the back catch up. But we should have an interesting battle for these three on the super softs to try and get... Oh, there we have it. Dan into the pits. He's going to take this chance to stop. Now, has he left it too late? Because he can't serve his drive-through. Does he realise that he can't... Yes, I hope he does. I hope he does. But he's going to change tyres anyway. And he's going to give it a crack. I can only imagine he's put those tyres on to go for fastest lap. If he's got to serve that drive-through anyway, he will have to serve it. There is no... Like, he has to serve it as soon as that safety car comes in. He pretty much has to serve it. He has to hope for another safety car realistically. But they won't come out really in the last 2 laps, a safety car. So I imagine it's for fastest lap. Now he's got to hope that Ibo isn't close enough to him, but I think he is. I think Ibo's going to be too close to him after the stop go, and Ibo will nick that final point. Paying position. Also, Shape has to pit. Has to do the drive-through as well. Both of those two have to do drive-throughs, and I think Tiggerby has to as well. But these guys straight at turn 3. James is just out the cattle section. They're not quite going to catch up, but I'd expect, I don't know, Dan will catch up. Ghost will catch up, I reckon. Ibo might be a bit too far back, I think. But I'd imagine... Well, Dan will definitely catch up, because the train is right in front of him. But obviously with that stop go, yeah, safety car in this lap, thought so. So we're going to have 4 laps to the end, and the danger men really are V5, Racing at Home and B Morgan, have all put on the super soft compound tyres. The front 3, with Shape, well, Shape's got to serve a drive-through anyway, so... He's going to be pretty much out of it. It's going to allow... It's going to be difficult for James and Dake to hold on to this, but we'll have to wait and see. As Ibo, through the final corner, we're going to have green flag racing underway now. They're all bunched up together. This could be absolute chaos into turn 1. Up the inside goes Racing at Home. No, V5 Ghost has lost out. No, Dan has gone into the pits to serve his drive-through, but the pit crews come out for him. The pit crews come out for Dan. Oh, what's going on? He's had a mare. V5, B Morgan and Racing at Home all scrapping it out. They're going to be 3 wide if V5 can get in there. I don't know if he can. He's going to be... Oh, he's stuck behind. Is he going to go up the inside? He is. V5 lay on the brakes. Oh, and B Morgan manages to get the position. Tank slapper for Racing at Home, who loses out to both of these guys, but B Morgan up to 4th. And he is really a danger now, because Shape obviously has to pit. He has 3 and a bit laps to put pressure on the 2 leaders to try and win this race. V5 not out of it by any shape or means, but these 2... Yeah, no, these 2 are the real danger men for the rest of this race. Dan obviously went into the pits. It didn't recognise. I think you have to wait a lap before you do it, so unfortunately for him, he hasn't served his drive-through. Shape will have to serve a drive-through. And I don't know where he'd come out. I think he'd come out just behind Ibo. Or maybe... I think he'd still be in the points if he did that. But as we watch B Morgan now Dake has a chance at James, but Shape's all behind him, and B Morgan also going to have this. There's no DRS actually, which means James probably has a little bit of an advantage. Actually, saying that, he's getting caught massively here. Dake's going to be alongside him. Shape's not pit. No, James is just lagged massively backwards. I don't know what's going on. James is having a moment. But Daka up the inside. He's nearly in the wall. And allows B Morgan all the way through. Or B Morgan's up into P2. But James's connection right now causing many issues. Shape off at turn 1. As he went tried to go around the outside of them all. B Morgan now up to P2. Trying to get past James. James had his internet had a moment down the straight, and they tried to send one, thinking that he was there, and James wasn't there. So, and then Dan, oh, that's just compounded Dan even more. He's got to stop go. He's got a speeding penalty, but into the pit lane. Wow. B Morgan tried to look outside of turn 6, but he couldn't get the run. Is he going to go up the inside of turn 7? No, he thinks better of it. Dan does now service stop go. Tiggerby, no, it's drive through, so Tiggerby is now serving his, well, no, he's going into the pits. Dan now comes out in 10th place. What was such a good race has just been ruined. Shape will now, when he does service drive through, will come out, oh, racing at home in the wall. Well, look, he ghosted there. But he's in the wall. I think that was him battling with Ghost, and he's ended up worse off from that. Robert now into the points. Ibo, oh, Robert in the wall as well as in the points. He's got a few laps to go. Can he hold on? Because obviously with drive-throughs and everything, I think Shape should be coming in. But we're gonna have. Are we gonna have an exchange of leadership? Here on lap 9, James has been leading all the way, pretty much from start to finish so far. But B Morgan is going to go round the outside. Dake trying to get involved on the action. DRS now enabled as we enter the final 2 laps. James looks down the inside. He can't get it done. Dake trying to round the outside of James. He can't get anything done. But B Morgan takes the lead here. Oh no, that wasn't Dake. It was V5, sorry. V5 looking round. And these, I said, these two are the danger men. V5. Now James is in the DRS of B Morgan, but B Morgan's going to get away. He has the fresher tyres, he has softer compounder tyres as well. This is a difficult position for V5 to be in. Now, does he take the points, or does he take, does he try and risk it, trying to get that win? This is phenomenal for me. B Morgan was near enough last on the first couple laps. He's now leading this race with 1.5 laps to go. This is one of the best recovery drives I've seen. Obviously the safety car did help him out. V5 now, he's got to run. Is he going to hold it? Is he going to hold it to outside? No, he's got to back out of that. James is playing very risky now, and he's actually lost the arrest, so this is going to benefit V5 even more. He has to get past and hope that B Morgan has some sort of penalty or some sort of mistake on the final lap. Because V5 now, it's looking a bit like he's going to fall short at the final hurdle. James has driven phenomenally, and I think if it wasn't for that safety car, he could have maybe held on for a podium and a win. He's still in the podium places for now, but how long will that be? As they're going to come down the straight for the penultimate time on board with V5 as we go to the broadcast camera. You see Ghost in the background there. Ghost trying to get into this group, into this fight. He's 5th place right now. It will be his best finish of the season, I think. Yes, it will. So this is phenomenal. No, actually no, Ghost I think finished quite high up in the sprint race at Bahrain, as Robert has retired and will not get points, even though he has completed 90% of the race. He will be classified, but no points for Robert. Oh, James has gone straight on. James has lost it. He's gone straight on at turn 2, and that is the podium dream over for James, surely. He's going to hold on to P5, but he's locked up into, as Daka gets past V5. V5 hasn't lost it, but Daka into P2. He's not actually going to lose that many points to B Morgan as it stands. Who currently has the fastest lap though? B Morgan has the fastest lap. So B Morgan, as it stands, is going to take a 4-point lead. But we'll have to wait and see. Ghost in that battle now for P2. It could all change as we come up to the line, as V5 will have a last dose of DRS up to the line. Daka has to nail every single corner, especially turn 16, if he wants to hold on to this P2. P1 is long up the road. Without a mistake, B Morgan will take that position. But what can Daka do? Can he hold on to P2? We are so close to the finale now. I want to watch B Morgan cross the line, but I also... What's happened in Sector 2? That's racing at home very wide there. Shape has not served this drive-through, so we'll have to watch what's happened to Shape. He may get DSQ'd from this race. Dan, with all of that, has managed to get himself back into the points. But here we go. V5, we're on board with him. He's going to have the DRS as B Morgan's about to cross the line. But sorry, B Morgan, we have a battle for P2 as V5's going to nick it across the line. V5 takes P2 from Daka across the line. Memories of 2017 all over again. And Daka loses out on the line to V5. Wow, what an ending to this Grand Prix. What a few laps we've had at the end. James finished P5, P6 for racing at home. Shape, I think, unless he served it without me watching, will get disqualified, I think. I'm not sure. No, he did serve it. Okay, I did not see him serve it. I apologise, Shape. I didn't see you serve it. Sorry anyone in the stream that did, and I'm not reading the comments, so I'm not. But Dan does finish 8th, and I think Ibo will be a bit too far back, despite his efforts. Oh, Tiggerby's in the wall. Not a good race for Tiggerby, this one. But he... And oh, that's a puncture for Ibo. Ibo has a puncture, so he will not get points for sure. But I will just tally up the standings. That is 2 points for Shape. James will get 6 points. V5 was second, so he will get 12 points. Racing at home was... I can't remember where. Dan was 8th, so that's 1 point. Ibo got 0, unfortunately for him. Ghost was... I'll just watch this and I'll sort the standings out after. Yeah. So... My maths is very poor today. I don't know what's going on. But there you have it. The championship leader sprays the champagne. And he takes the championship lead for the first time this season. Daka, 6 points behind now. And third place currently is V5. So I will post if you are in the LOE community, and hopefully if Larkin is around and can sort the social media out, I'll send the graphics over to him. But we'll have the championship standings up next week. Without fail, hopefully, we will be racing at Spain, and hopefully it will go a bit more flawlessly than this week went. Obviously, with the new format, it was a bit different to what we thought it would be. But hope you guys enjoyed the racing. I certainly did. Very chaotic as usual at Baku, and we will see you next week at Spain.